Good evening, dear masters. Welcome to this evening's meditation session now. We are on day 39 finally, and we have come quite a lot into this journey, and we have discussed so many different aspects of spiritual life and understood several things. Some things were refreshers and some things were probably new to learn. So it's just a journey of learning together, learning from each other. So let us continue that. Today, we will continue our meditation together with Umaji, and we will all enjoy the deep meditation experience now. So welcome, Umaji. Please take over.
Thank you, Celesti. I welcome everyone for this 39th day of 40 days meditation. And let's start the meditation. Please sit comfortably. You may sit in a chair or sofa or on the floor. Sit comfortably in Padmasana or Ardha Padmasana or just Sukhasana. Clasp your hands and place them in your lap. If you are sitting in a chair or sofa, cross your legs at your ankles. If you are wearing glasses, please remove them. Gently close your eyes. We will start with 3 deep breaths. While taking each breath, imagine that you are receiving cosmic energy, and the cosmic energy is passing all over your body, nourishing each and every part of your body and each and every cell, removing all your tensions, pressure, and impurities with your exhalation. Let's start. Inhale slowly and deeply. Inhale. Exhale smoothly and completely. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Adjust your body if needed to make more comfortable to sit through your meditation session. Enjoy the calmness. Bring your awareness to your breath. Observe the natural, peaceful, calm, and tranquil breath. Whenever thoughts are bothering you, the only way to get back is to focus your attention to your breath. Enjoy the serenity, enjoy the calmness. Just witness what's happening in your body. Now your mind is like a blank slate. No thoughts, no imagination. Relax all your body parts. When I mention your body part, feel that the cosmic energy is nourishing all the cells over there and removing all the impurities. Let's start with right leg and right toes. That all your right toes are getting energized. The sole of your right foot, top of your right foot and your ankle. Relax your right foot completely. Move your attention to your right calf muscles and shin. Relax them. Now your right knee. All the muscles in that area, tendon, everything is so healthy. Thigh muscles and your hip. Relax them. Take your attention to your left leg, left toes, sole of your left foot, top of your foot, and your ankle. Relax your left foot completely. Bring your attention to your left calf muscles and shin, your left knee. Step. Relax your left thigh muscles and your hip. Relax. Bring your awareness to your lower back and your lower abdomen. Relax the pelvic area, lower back and lower. Feel the touching points of your body to the contact you are sitting. Bring your awareness to your upper back, abdomen, and your chest area. Relax all the muscles, your ribs, and the organs inside your heart. Give your love. Feel that it is healthy, happy. Your lungs are so healthy. Feel that all the cosmic energy is nourishing the parts of you, energizing and cleaning, taking all the impurities. relaxing. Relax your shoulders. Neck and collarbone. Bring your attention to your right hand, arm, elbow, your forearm, wrist, fingers, your palm and nails. Imagine the cosmic energy passing through your right hand, nourishing all the cells of your hand and removing all tensions. Now bring your attention to your left hand, your left arm, your elbow, forehand, your wrist, top of your hand, your left forearm, your fingers and nails. Relax all your left hand muscles. Relax completely. Bring your attention to your scalp. All your head follicles nourished. They are exchanging the cosmic energy. With your releasing out. Bring your attention to your facial muscles, your forehead, your forehead is like a clean slate. No knots. It's clean. Enjoy the sensation while you're observing your forehead. Your temples, eyebrows, your eyelids, the eyes, all the little muscles around the eyes. Relax them completely. Bring your attention to your nose and nostrils. Bring your attention to your cheeks, your lips, your tongue, and your jawbones. It's your attention. Witness your entire body. Now you know how to bring your attention back to your breath. Since you're any thoughts can wait. You learned the art of meditation. Enjoy the peaceful moment. Witness your thoughtless state. If thoughts are bothering you, let them pass by, just like passing clouds. You're not paying any attention to. cosmic energy passing through your Brahmarand, spreading all over your body like a light, regenerating all your body cells. And elevating all the cells. Your eyes closed until the end of your meditation. While keeping your eyes closed, slowly roll your eyelids up towards your eyebrows. and witness your natural breath. We are ever so grateful to all the five elements, the earth, air, water, space, and the fire. We are made up of all these five elements. So much gratitude to all the body, balancing all the elements. Gratitude to all the organs functioning so well and effortlessly from all the earth to the being the gratitude to our cosmos, to all the energy, the positive. Being the gratitude to our Ratnashri Mahapatriji for providing this natural method of practice. skill. Let's feel the gratitude towards the farmers who are producing the food that we eat, and the middleman who is making all the stuff available to us. And the breadwinner of your house, for bringing the food to the table. Feel the gratitude for the water that we are drinking every day, which is keeping us so hydrated and so nourishing. And the air. And the fire in your body, with which we are functioning to produce the energy to digest our food. Feel the gratitude to our space inside, which is allowing us to absorb all the positive energy. Finally, feel the gratitude to Celesti for bringing this opportunity to all of us to sit and meditate. Let's try to come back to our body consciousness in 2 minutes. Enjoy the serenity for the last 2 minutes. Feel the oneness. Feel the group energy. the count of 5, slowly start opening your eyes. Gently your arms and bring them closer to you. And close your eyes with your palms. Feel the for 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. While removing your hands slowly from your eyes to your palms, with a broad smile on your face.
Thank you, Maji.
Thank you, Sarishji. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Welcome back, dear masters. Welcome back to this session now, continuing on wisdom sharing. And today I want to sort of summarize the essence of what we have learned over the last 38 days. Through various topics, we have learned bits and pieces of information relating to our normal life, looking at it from a different perspective. So today I'm going to summarize and also bring your awareness to certain things that we miss out many a times unknowingly. It's not a deliberate thing. It's an unknowing missing out on certain things. So I will bring your awareness to those things now. All of us now know that we are all spiritual beings having a human experience. And our spiritual life is very much part of this physical life. It is not separate. As a spiritual being, we are experiencing physical life. So they are not separate. We need to remember this, that once we start feeling that we are on spiritual path, it doesn't mean that we are different from others. We are unique, of course, but we are still in the same physical world, in the same physical environment. What has changed is our perspective to everything around us. That is what changes. So, as far as spirituality is concerned, everybody has different understanding of this or of the meaning of spirituality. One thing most of the people understand, spirituality is definitely not religion. Religion has elements of spiritual aspects, but spirituality is not religion. In Hindi, what we call as Adhyatma The word spirituality doesn't have an equivalent in Hindi. In Hindi, we call it Adhyatma. The meaning of Adhyatma means Atma ka Adhyayan. That means study of self. So, and I feel that is a more appropriate description of what we all are doing. We are bringing our awareness back to ourselves and beginning to reconnect with ourselves. And the more we reconnect, the more we know about ourselves. So through meditation, that connection we are establishing. And when we start understanding ourselves more and more, we start living like the Atma, living like the soul. That's what we are starting to do now as a spiritual person, spiritual being. So when we start looking at things from a spiritual point of view, many things will change in our perspective. The way we look at things will change. That's what I will now bring your attention to. As we begin to feel ourselves being the soul, having physical experience, then as a soul, we begin to feel the expansion of ourselves. We start feeling oneness. We start feeling that as a body, we used to feel the limitation as a limited being, but as a soul, we have unlimited existence. So this is a big shift. It's a major shift in our way of looking at things. And we begin to feel the oneness with everything, because now we feel that we are unlimited beings. That means everything around us is part of us. We are not limited to just this body. We exist beyond the body. And then we begin to explore more and more abilities that we now possess beyond the body. Since we are now looking at our life or our existence as a soul, we start exploring things beyond the limited abilities that this body possesses. So we start looking at our abilities beyond the body, beyond the mind. We start feeling the intuition. We start feeling telepathic messages. So many things. There are so many other abilities that as spiritual beings we possess. We begin to see or experience those abilities as well. That is the other thing that happens to us. And then another major shift that happens to us is the concept of time. As a body, time means beginning as we are born and ending as we die. So the body is born and body dies. That time duration in between is the time. And that is limited and finite. So when we think of life as a body, we have a beginning and an end. And then there is a finite time between the two extremes. And that finite time makes us feel limited, right? We are always in a hurry because this time is not coming back. It's just passing and passing and passing. So we are always in a hurry. Let me do more, whatever I can do, right? Now, but as a spiritual being, we know we are eternal. We have no end, no beginning. So there is no concept of time in our mind anymore, and we are never in a hurry anymore. Not being in a hurry means we become patient. We start becoming more and more patient. We start allowing things to happen in a natural way. So when we also know that we are eternal, that means nothing can destroy us. We cannot be destroyed. And if we cannot be destroyed, we do not have anything to be afraid of. So fear is the next thing that we lose. We start becoming fearless. And then we learn that as a soul, we are unique and are gathering our unique experiences. Others are not like me. Others are unique in their own way, and they are here to gather their experiences in that way. So I do not compare myself with anybody. I do not expect others to be like me. That is a big shift in the mindset. Just think about these little things. When there is no competition or comparison, everybody becomes unique. No two are the same, and they cannot be, right? So nobody can expect others to be like me. That uniqueness creates that feeling of connectedness with others. Because I am different, they are different, and I respect their being different. And that establishes my connection, because now I am not expecting them to do anything like me. I have no expectation. I have no comparison. I have no jealousy. I have no competition. All those things are gone. So I have much better understanding and relationship with others. So I must have mentioned Preeti ji's name in one of our sessions. Her and I, we do the sessions in the other group. So she once mentioned this in one of her talks, and I made a note of it, which I am going to read it to you. Spirit is fearless, pure consciousness, always in oneness. So this is what she defines spirit to be. So as a spiritual being, our perspective to our existence is different from our perspective when we feel one with body. When we feel we are a body, then we feel everything to be finite and limited. As a spirit, we find everything is infinite and it is eternal. That big shift happens. So how does meditation help in this? But the very primary why we start coming to spiritual path through meditation is because that is the primary tool that helps us disconnect from outside and bring a focus to myself, study of the self. That is when I start connecting with myself, knowing myself better. So meditation helps us in becoming aware of my own self, becoming aware of my mental activity, then gradually beginning to understand I am not the mind. I am separate from the mind. I can see the mind, right? And then I start becoming more and more connected with my own inner wisdom, my deep knowledge inside me. That is the gradual progression as I move inward. Inward, in real terms, like it's not a physical inward, it's basically an opposite of connecting with outside. It's more like not being with outside. That's what is inward. So when we start getting our awareness to ourselves, we start knowing ourselves better. Then we begin to see ourselves, oh my God, I am so and so, I am this and I am that, right? Meditation opens the doors to the inner world. That's what meditation does. We are not limited to our five senses anymore. When we are connecting to the outside world, we use our five senses, right? Seeing, hearing, smelling, touching, and tasting. These five senses are our connection to the external world, and we feel limited to that. But once we start going inward, we are not controlled by the five senses anymore. We have other senses inside us which begin to become prominent. And basically, so meditation is a tool that helps us experience the same life as a soul rather than as a body. So that is the magic of meditation in our life. Now, I will talk to you about the word I use, the rabbit hole. So things to watch on the spiritual path. It is almost like a rabbit hole. Rabbit hole has many paths. You know how the rabbits create their burrows under the ground? In that hole, there will be so many tunnels inside, and you can keep going and keep going to from one tunnel to the other tunnel to the other tunnel and going nowhere. That is the concept of a rabbit hole. So on spiritual path, it is full of rabbit holes. We start perceiving the metaphysical aspects, right, of our existence. The metaphysical means beyond the physical, which are not obviously perceptible as a physical being, those aspects of us, and our mind keeps creating doubts about it, because mind uses the five senses which are externally connected. So mind keeps creating doubts when we start looking at things, start perceiving metaphysical aspects of ourselves. So that conflict starts to come between mind and us. Mind will keep questioning, how is this possible? Right? And so what happens eventually? I usually give the example of somebody has a shop. They do some kind of trading through that shop, and it could be whatever, gambling or whatever, some kind of trading they are doing from that shop. Now that shop is located in a fish market. This person says, well, okay, now I'm becoming spiritual. They take their shop out from the fish market, bring it to the vegetable market. Right? This is the step one that happens to most of us. We continue to do the same business. We don't change our business. We have just moved from one set of people, one environment to another environment. But we are still doing the same business. That needs to change. Unless the business changes, we haven't changed anything. We have just changed the exterior, nothing inside. So this example I keep giving to people, that focus more on the business that you are doing, not where you are doing the business. More important is, what business are you doing? So now, when people come on the spiritual path, the first thing that people encounter is ego starts to come in. That is spiritual ego. We have to watch for it. We compare our experiences with others, right? Oh, I am able to do astral travels. I got this experience. I got that. I saw the light. I saw colors, and all kinds of experiences. We begin to feel the ego of that. Others cannot do that. Then we judge other people because they are not spiritual. That judgment is part of the ego. It is the same business that I was doing in a different market. Now I'm doing it in the spiritual market. We try to impress others by showing off. Oh, see, through meditation, I have done this, I have done that, I achieved this, I achieved that. That attitude is again coming from the ego. We expect others to respect us. Because now I'm spiritual, others should respect me. Right? We force others to believe in what we believe. This is the worst of everything. We force others to believe in what we believe. It is a form of fanaticism. It's very common. It happens with many, many people. Once they know something, they think, oh my goodness, this is so good. Everybody should do this. And then they start pushing that agenda. That is a very detrimental thing for spiritual progress. It's part of the ego, basically. And then we start having greed. That's the next thing. So first was the ego, now the greed. Greed, we want everything good to have. We want all that. Means what? trying to rush through each of spiritual practices that we come across. I hear about something happening here. This group of people is doing such and such practice. Let me start doing it. And then I haven't even gotten to the depth of this thing. I see another group doing something. I go there and start doing that. And I keep hopping from group to group, system to system, ashram to ashram, all that. And I still feel I'm very spiritual, right? I am simply hopping windows. That's all I'm doing. No growth. And that is part of the greed. I want to experience everything quickly. That's the greed part. And what are we doing? We are simply trying, what's there? I don't have to pay anything. Let me just experience it. In the process, I'm not going deep into anything. I'm just tasting sampling every type of practice. We want to do everything that others are doing. But we need to remember experiences cannot be copied. Even if you follow the same practice, your experience will be unique to yourself. You will never have the same experience that others have from that practice. This we should never forget. So copying others is not a good idea. Gather what they are trying to do, understand it, begin to explore that, and utilize your inner wisdom to determine whether you really want to do it or not. Not simply following it. So that was about acquiring, I call it acquiring spiritual assets. Acquiring all types of information, ideas, practices, rituals. Number of years of experience is another asset that people count. Oh, I've been doing it for 20 years. It means nothing actually to me when somebody says that, okay. Yeah, so that is the part of spiritual ego. Then the next thing is we are in a hurry to finish everything in this lifetime. I want to achieve everything in this lifetime. So what are we doing? We are jumping very, very fast. We want to read every book that's available to me, just like a novel, not going into the depth of the knowledge of that book. We attend several sessions every day. Right now that is going on, let me attend that, and that session is going on, that session is going on. I want to attend all of them. And then what happens ultimately, I call this as spiritual indigestion. If you eat too much, what happens to your stomach? Same thing. When you attend too many things, you cannot digest all that you have acquired in such a fast pace, because this spiritual experience will take time. It is not bound by our time. It has its own process of evolution. So that hurry, we are always in there. And ultimately that indigestion, when we start having after some time, what it does to us is we drop everything, because we are not going anywhere. We know that, we feel that. And then we say, well, what the hell am I doing? Let me forget about it. It doesn't work. Agle janam mein dekhenge. We'll see in the next life. And that thing goes on from lifetime to lifetime. So these are spiritual rabbit hole aspects that I am talking about. It is most important for us to develop patience. On spiritual path, time is not there. Knowing this is important. My progress on spiritual path is a continuous progress. And through that, how am I progressing? I just come to the earth, take a body, add experiences, go back up and continue. The journey is continuous. It is not starting or ending anywhere in relation to our lifetime having a body. The only right path for each one of us, always remember this, The guidance for me comes only from my intuition. My intuition is giving me tailor-made solution for which are suitable for me. Me in the sense, the soul, which has specific background of experiences. Nobody else knows those experiences that I have had in my past 700 lifetimes. So my intuition, which comes from myself, knows all of that. That is tailor-made for me, for my own spiritual progress. That is the best guidance, my inner guidance. Each one of us has to find our own path. That's the reason why. Others can give us indication that maybe that is the direction you can think about, but follow your inner guidance. That is the ultimate guidance you can ever have. For my personal thing, I can tell you that my breakthrough came when I realized that it is important to simplify my own vision, my own expectation from my spiritual progress. When I started simplifying that vision, then I suddenly realized this is so simple. Why was I not able to see it and making it complicated, jumping from this practice to that, Reiki and this and that, and I don't know how many types of things I have done. And at the end of it, then I figured out that it's like I was unnecessarily complicating my journey. It was so simply defined. And I will tell you this formula now. So my simple formula is meditation, an authentic practice of meditation, not just sitting with eyes closed. Authentic practice of meditation means seriously meditating regularly for a certain period of time on a routine basis, personally, not group meditation. Group meditation is a different experience. Personal meditation to me is the most important thing that you can do for yourself. So authentic practice of meditation is number one. And then what does it do to us? It brings us to become aware. We come into awareness. And what awareness does to me, it clears up my vision of intuition. I connect with my intuition right away. As soon as I am aware of what's going on, my intuition is not hidden anymore to me. I'm able to see my intuition. And then from intuition, when the vision becomes clear, the path becomes absolutely clear. That is basically once you are connected with intuition, you have lit your lamp. Now in the light of that lamp, you can see the path. And the vision becomes so very clear. So the only advice I can ever give to you on spiritual path is practice living in awareness. Slow down. Just observe. This is the formula that I can suggest to all of you. But of course, obviously, follow your intuition. So this is my overall thought on our spiritual journey, what I have personally learned over the years from my own reading and practices and everything. I gave you the distilled knowledge from that I have gained. Now, because of all what I have just said to you, you will find me not going here and there on multiple topics, multiple things, many things at the same time. I usually try not to. For me, if my spiritual practice is not helping in my physical existence, I am not going to go there. The entire essence of our physical growth comes from our physical life. They are not separate. So we can't live in an insulated world away from physical life. and then think that we will grow spiritually. So anything I talked to you over the past so many days is connected to our physical life. How looking at the same life differently helps us learn and grow. So with that, I will stop. I can keep talking on this topic forever. So thank you, Masters. Thank you for being patient. And any questions are welcome. Any suggestions, any thoughts, you can share them with us. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sailishji, for this beautiful explanation.
Thank you.
If we don't hear this, we feel whatever we are doing, that's right. Say, for example, learning so many things, attending so many uh, meditation sessions, and following so many people. We feel that that's going to help us. But as you said, it is so right. Just stand and see and think about it and slowly absorb what you are learning. Thank you so much, sir.
Yes. Thank you. Slowing down has been the biggest learning for me. Slowing down it means not just physically slowing down, but mentally slowing down as well. And mentally slowing down means your flow of thoughts reduces. It kind of slows down. You are able to sustain a thought longer because you are now trying to go deeper into that thought. So earlier, when we were not meditating, when we were unaware, we were engaging with thoughts, but in total unawareness. We were not knowing that we were unnecessarily engaging with thoughts which were not necessary. Now, when we are in awareness, we engage with thoughts which help us, which come from our intuition now, and they help our own progress. Those are the thoughts. You go deeper, and then your wisdom begins to open up. You begin to see from within, well, okay, I know about this thing. Yes, this is what it means, right? All that will start to open. So slowing down definitely is a very big achievement. If one can do that, perfect.
Yeah, hi sir, Tarun here.
Yes, yeah.
So like you said, intuition and how do we align intuition along with the thoughts actually? So that can you please help to provide more understanding regarding that? Like
When,
you said, right?
when,
Sorry.
when you start meditating, I said authentic practice of meditation, when you establish that, this question will not come in your mind. You will know when it is intuition talking to you. Intuition is very different in characteristic. Thoughts are always from the mind, and they are, and it's not bad. Mind is our protector. Mind will always create two thoughts for everything. It takes time before it responds to an input. And when it gives you the answer to the input, it will give you two always. If you do this way, that can happen. This way, that can happen. Good aspect and bad aspect, both it will tell you. Whenever you have that confusing thought, you know that it is coming from the mind. When you get thoughts from when you get your intuition coming out, intuition, I will never call it thought. It is more like thought is all mind. Intuition is a message from within, which is direct, instantaneous, and it will now never have two aspects to it. It is just one single communication. The end, it will not even repeat. That is intuition.
Okay. So is this possible by using intuition we can overcome our thoughts?
Intuition is, if you are ready to follow intuition, you will first of all have to understand what it can lead to. Your mind is going to challenge you before you start following intuition. What your mind does is, it's going to tell you, well, if you follow this direction, these are the wrong things that can happen. And mind is not wrong. Many a times, intuition will lead you into difficult circumstances. But following the intuition, if you are religious about it, if you have connected to yourself, you will not be afraid of following what the intuition is saying. Why? Because you know that there is growth in it. That difficult experience that intuition is leading me into will be my growth. So, our normal understanding is that you want relief from everything through some wise thing coming. Every wise thing will not lead you into happiness. It will take you into difficult things, but it will also give you the wisdom to go through it. And through that passage, through that difficult situation, you are going to learn and grow. So following the intuition is a discipline that will come naturally. The more you connect with yourself, the more you will be able to feel confidence in following your intuition. I have been living like that now for some time, and my life is fine. I don't have stress now, right? So
Yes,
there are many things that you will feel better through intuition. Slowly, it's a very slow and gradual process. But first thing you will have to develop is connecting with intuition and then trusting it.
yeah. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, when you begin to follow your intuition, your mind will automatically start becoming more disciplined. It will then start supporting your intuition over time. Yeah. Yes, Surjit ji, sorry, your hand is raised for a while. Yes.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Sir, I just want to know how I can find my life purpose. I ask so many senior masters. They say, teach meditation, do meditation. Everybody has a different life purpose, right? I just want to know the right purpose for myself, how I can find out.
So, to answer to this question is, the quest for purpose comes from the mind. This question is coming from your mind. Why? Because mind wants logic. So, finding the purpose is a quest of the mind. Now, supposing you decide that I will just flow with whatever comes in my life. That means you are now letting yourself flow with your intuition. Then your intuition will guide you. You don't have to know the purpose. You don't even have to know where you are going. That is surrender. You just allow the universe to drive you. Let the universe guide you. You are sitting in the back seat of the car. Somebody is driving you. You cannot even turn the steering. Let the car take you. That when you come in that mode of the flow with life, you don't need a purpose. For the longest time in my life, I was in the same boat till I was controlled by the mind. I was looking for, where am I going? Who is doing this? What am I doing? Those questions used to be there. But then came a stage where questions suddenly vanished. When my mind understood that this guy is not listening, it just gave up. So do not worry about the purpose so much. Your life is guided internally, and that guidance will take you in the right direction. Trust that. Whatever is happening in your life is only for your growth. Trust that.
Thank you, sir.
Yes. Thank you. Yes, Jess.
Thank you so much, sir. This is such a beautiful explanation. Actually, when I raised my hand, I just wanted to share something. But after, thank you so much, to Tarun and Surjit ma'am, Tarunji and Surjit ma'am, for asking these lovely questions, because this helped me clarify, helped me understand better what intuition really is, because I guess I had very limited understanding of it. And now I understand this better. I was just going to share that I had gone for a nature walk this evening. And there is a beautiful conservancy which is very close to where I am. So I go there to just de-stress, and after my work, I go for a walk there. And today was astronomy night. I have always wanted to attend one of those. And I was sitting there till 8 p.m. And I was like, no, but I had this strong intuition that today's session, there is no way I want to listen to it with the group. This was, it just came to me. It was not like, it's hard to explain what really is, that's why I raised my hand and I wanted to share it with Tarunji, that it's just something, it's a strong pull that you feel towards something, and you just follow that. And that's how I realized I'm not gonna miss it, because it's not that I would miss it, I would watch it on YouTube, later on. But I was like, no, I can come back here. These things will happen, but this is important.
Yeah.
And so I, walked back home. Yeah, but this is so beautiful, sir. It's like now, talking about the purpose of life, I have another question. So if I desire to, I feel like, I want to improve my financial situation, for instance, because I want to have a better living situation. So I don't have to stress about these things. And then the resources that I would have through the work that I do, I would use them for a better purpose. I would also want to have a nice house where I can also have meditation sessions. I can continue my spiritual journey, not have the stress of the worldly things keep me from pursuing my path. Am I on the right path? Am I making sense here? Like, I always ask, now that you talked about the purpose of life, let life drive you. And I understand that. But it am I really doing that is what I'm asking. But is it wrong for me to desire to have a better life?
It's not wrong. No. Desire is always part of us. Now, what you do with desire is the area of problem. Think about it. When will you want something?
Yeah.
You want something only when you think you don't have it.
Yeah.
Right? That means, where is your awareness? Your awareness is on lack.
Yeah, that's true. Right? That's true.
You can achieve whatever your desires are by still keeping your awareness on what you have. Your desires will be fulfilled. The path that you are taking is not the right path.
Okay, I need to be, exactly, I have to remind myself when I do that, I have to be in the abundance consciousness, and I always do that.
Yes.
But once in a while, but you're absolutely right. I know that. I try my best to stay in abundance consciousness. But then sometimes, it's like when I say that, oh my God, like life is passing by, I need to get a...
Don't be hard. Don't be hard on yourself. Love yourself. Yes.
Yes,
you are a unique, beautiful expression of the ultimate one. Each one of us is a beautiful, unique expression of the ultimate one.
Yes, sir.
And as long as you remember that in your heart, you will never feel less than anyone or anything.
Yes,
You will
sir.
always feel complete and fulfilled. When you start feeling fulfilled and complete, you will not have any reason to feel incomplete.
Yes. I look around and I thank you so much. I always try to do that. Like, I do my journaling and I look around and I'm like, my God, I have everything. I have everything. I'm
Yes.
just very grateful for everything I have. Even if it is things are not perfect, they're still so beautiful and they're perfect in their imperfection, you know.
Absolutely. Accept it that way. Beautiful.
Thank
Excellent.
you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, Namita ji.
Thank you, Masters. Thank you so much. Thank you, Ma'am, for meditation. Thank you, sir, for with the wisdom. Might be my voice is not that much powerful just because I had been through. Yeah. So I was just one addition. I was listening to Osho's discourses earlier, and two questions arises about the purpose of the life. So I was being through it as well, and I was still looking for it. Somewhere in my mind, there is a question: what is the purpose of life? And as I'm listening this question since my consciousness, when I'm in conscious state. So I never found a guided path that your purpose is here. But one discourse I was listening, and in that Osho mentioned that we are coming from the soul kingdom, right? And we are just the 1% of that soul, and we are here to grow. And in that case, all our journey is pre-decided, as he mentioned. And he also mentioned that it just take the life as a film, that you are playing some role in your life. You are playing the role of mother, you're playing the role of your sister, you're playing the role of wife, you're playing the role of daughter-in-law, you're playing the role of colleague, teacher, any of you which is related to you. So you pre-decided your journey, right? So whatever the role assigned to you, just live in that role and do the best at the particular moment. So if you don't worry about what is my purpose of life, but you are doing at the best at the moment that you are, that means you are living your life at the fullest and giving at the best on the moment as well.
Yes.
So I was little concerned. Then what is the purpose? Then again he mentioned that, like, it is a film directly, right? If you are in a Sakshi Bhav, that on that day I was listening to the discourse of Sakshi Bhav as well. Then say, if you are on a Sakshi Bhav and you're watching, your body and the soul is experiencing the things. Here, the soul is experiencing the thing and the body is performer. And when you in a Sakshi Bhav, you are witnessing of each and every thing. That means that is your purpose of life, to watch, to experience, to watch your experience, your growth, to the that is the main purpose, I guess. So that I found.
There are two things here. The same question, what is the purpose of life, is a big philosophical question. What is the purpose of my life is a totally different question.
Yes.
Two different things, very different things. What is the purpose of life is a philosophical thing. It's about the entire humanity. What is the purpose of my life is a different aspect altogether. That is how I feel about my life. And that's my internal state. So to Surjit ji, when I mentioned, it was the answer to the question of what is the purpose of my life. There, just go with the flow. Purpose will automatically evolve. What is the purpose of life in general is a very different philosophical topic. We can keep talking on that subject forever.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you, Master. Anything else, Namita ji?
No, thank you.
Thank you. Jaspreet ji.
Good evening, sir. Thank you so much for all those wonderful explanations and kind words. I just want this is an extension of Jess' question, basically. Uh, it is difficult, like, it's not so clear. I shouldn't say it's not so clear, but I'm being not a very bright person. I have some difficulty understanding the fact that I say, for example, I'm just going to give an example. I have a 2-bedroom house. One bedroom is for me and one for the kids. But I have a desire that, okay, I should have another room which I could use as a meditation center for the benefit of other masters as well, just like Jess said. Now, if I say I want a bigger house with 3 bedrooms instead of 2, then as you said, that kind of brings up the feeling of lack, that I am lacking a bigger bed, like a house which has got 3 bedrooms. Then how do I deal with that situation? How do I still ask the universe to help me achieve my goal, but at the same time not being in a lack mode? If you could give me, if you could explain using an example, that would be beneficial for me to understand.
Yes. So the same very example. You have to stop asking the universe. If you ask, that means universe will understand you are lacking something, you want it. If you simply thank the universe for what I have this 2-bedroom house. I am really grateful. Thank you so much that we are able to live comfortably here. And we will now think about accommodating a meditation center within this premise. I would like to invite meditators into my house to meditate together with us. I am so grateful for this space that I have. Then universe is going to give you the opportunity to be grateful for. More and more opportunities. In how many different ways it can bring will surprise you. That's the difference. Yes. Think about, in general, like if you, let's say, think of an example of how does a beggar look at the world? Beggar is on the street, is looking at people who have a house. How does he look at the world? Oh, if I wish I had that. That's how the beggar looks, and and they remain beggar all their life. Because they are living in that mentality of lack. Those who feel grateful and satisfied with what they have will keep receiving more and more. This is how I always show my hands to everybody. Right? We are receiving, not begging. We are grateful, absolutely grateful for what we have. This is a mental switch only. And once this switches, life will change completely. Think deeply about this one. Try practicing maybe for a few days. Do deliberate practice. Anytime you perceive a thought that's like that, oh, I want this, immediately stop there. Convert that thought into gratitude. and start practicing that sort of a conversion over, maybe try it for a week and you will see the difference. Within a week, you can see actually the difference. And this is going to kind of help your entire remodeling of your total mindset. You will begin to see your desires are going to change completely. Your wants will completely go away. And you will begin to then start receiving in so much abundance that you will keep feeling more and more gratitude. Oh my goodness, thank you, thank you, thank you. That's all you will keep doing. This is how universe works. So we have to learn that part. Patriji always, you remember, you must have heard him say this thing, right? We should not be asking for Ashirvad, no blessings. Right? The purpose was this only. He wants us to switch from wanting attitude to gratitude. Right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's the switch.
Yeah, thank you so much. The reason I asked this was for people like me, sometimes it is difficult to decipher the message behind. So I am a person who goes with an example better. So that's why I said, if you could please explain with an example, that would be it would be helpful.
Yes.
For me and people like me.
Yes. Did it work?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thanks. Everybody's questions are always helpful in delivering information in a better way. So thank you for your questions, masters. All right. So it's late for all of you there. I'm really grateful. Thank you so much for being in this session together with all of us and for a beautiful meditation, Umaji. I'm grateful. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Umaji. Wonderful meditation. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. So we'll
Thank you all, masters.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Uma.
you.
Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
Umaji. Thank you,
Thank you so much.
Shailesh-ji. Wonderful
Thank you.
wisdom shared. Thank you.
Thank you, Celeste.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes,
Suresh.
open our eyes.
Thank
Thank
you so
you.
much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So